So, just split with the campus belle and bam, I'm tangled up with her mom. Figured she's just blowing off steam for her daughter, but nope, she's dragging me straight to the marriage registry. That night, I officially become the campus belle's stepdad. What's even more shocking, the campus belle's mom turns out to be her first time. Turns out, the campus belle was just her adopted daughter. Now, I'm staring at the aloof ex-girlfriend with a smirk. Come on, sweetie, call me dad. Here's the deal. My mom catches wind of my breakup, pushes me into blind dates, and the location is this luxurious mansion. But the moment I step in, I see this gorgeous lady in black stockings lounging on the couch. Those refined features and killer curves make me gulp, thinking, is this gonna be my future mother-in-law? If the future mother-in-law looks this good, her daughter must be even hotter, right? The beautiful woman flashes me a sweet smile. Kevin, come sit here. I awkwardly comply and settle down not far from her. Then, she lays out 3 irresistible dowry conditions. First, a $5 million dowry, a mansion, and a supercar. Second, we need to have a kid within 5 years of marriage. Third, she gets $500,000 in pocket money every month after we tie the knot. I'm almost moved to tears hearing all this. Is my future mother-in-law too good to be true? I nod, saying I'm cool with all that. The beautiful woman suggests we register for marriage right away since I agree. I hastily respond, Auntie, isn't this a bit too fast? We need to build some emotional connection first, don't we? Though I'm almost overwhelmed by this stroke of luck, I still retain a bit of sanity, thinking, how can something this good happen to me? Is she trying to sell me off or something? Auntie murmurs softly, so what? We can work on the feelings after marriage. If it feels right, we get hitched. Simple as that. Her words leave me speechless, so, out of the blue, Julie goes, hey, seems like my daughter and you went to the same college. Ever met? Then, she pulls out a photo of her daughter and hands it to me. I'm stunned when I see it. The girl in the picture is my ex-girlfriend Lily. Can't believe it. My blind date turns out to be my ex-girlfriend. Suddenly, I feel something's off and quickly glance at the message my mom sent. I feel embarrassed. Sorry, Auntie. I might have got it wrong. My blind date's name is Julie, not Lily. And Julie just laughs it off like, yeah, that's me. I'm staring at this Julie, still looking at me all dreamy-eyed, and I'm thinking, am I seriously about to marry this older woman? I look at the affectionate Julie in front of me and feel dizzy. Is she trying to get me to marry this older woman? I say, Auntie, don't scare me. I'm timid. Julie laughs. Who's scaring you? Is it really that unbelievable? I'm like, I think I need to talk to my mom first. Marriage is a big deal, and I'm just not ready. Julie gives me this little smirk. Looks like Kevin here isn't as mature as he thinks. And I'm like, who says I'm not mature? But then I gulp and say, Auntie, I forgot my ID card. Julie pulls out 2 ID cards from her bag, mine and hers. And in that moment, I'm almost in tears, thinking, Mom, did you seriously just sell me off? Julie looks at me with those big eyes, like, what's wrong, Kevin? Don't you like me anymore? And I'm feeling all flustered, like my heart's about to burst. Even though Julie's 36, her skin's flawless, body's perfect, and she's got this aura like she's in her 20s. I take a deep breath, trying to calm down. Auntie, can you please explain what's going on? Julie gives me this little smile and starts telling me the whole story. Turns out, our granddads made this marriage pact ages ago. If both sides have a boy and a girl, they're supposed to get hitched. But on my mom's side, all the boys died young, leaving me as the heir to the pact, so even though I get it now, I'm still confused. But Auntie, with your status, you could have any guy you want. Why me? Julie grinned and said, I've known you since you were little. I liked you back then. I froze. So, the sweet sister who was always nice to me when I was a kid was Julie. Julie continued, over the years, I've met all kinds of people, but none like you. I thought for a moment. I was just 14, still a kid, but I knew I was quite handsome. So, are you willing to marry me now? Julie asked again. I couldn't help but smile, but then something crossed my mind. Curiously, I asked, but Auntie, didn't you eventually get married and have kids? Julie laughed. Are you talking about Lily? I nodded. If you've always liked me, then why? I didn't finish, feeling a bit lost. Julie gave a slight smile. When I was young, I dropped out of school and started working. It wasn't until I was 18 that I met a little girl. I felt sorry for her, so I adopted her. Ah, I see. So, Lily wasn't Julie's biological daughter. With that weight off my chest, I smiled again. Julie grabbed my hand. Since you don't have any objections, let's go register for marriage. An hour later, I looked at the marriage certificate, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. Julie looked at me puzzled. Kevin, what's wrong? I pretended to be calm. Nothing, Auntie. Shall we go out? But Julie raised the marriage certificate. Why are you still calling me Auntie? I chuckled and grabbed Julie's hand. Darling, let's go. Julie couldn't help but laugh. Who wouldn't like having a youthful 2-meter-tall man by their side? Kevin, let's go buy a villa now, Julie said. That I thought. Even the cheapest villa here costs millions of dollars. A real estate agent, Robert, approached us. Hello, Julie. Everything is arranged according to your wishes. Julie glanced at Robert, then turned to me. Dear, this is the villa I bought for you. What do you think? I said, it's great, but you're spending too much. Julie smiled. As long as my husband is happy. Their conversation left Robert stunned. Julie, who countless rich heirs pursued, liked a young guy like me. Who would have thought? As Julie and I entered the villa, everything was already set up. Julie said, let's post an Insta to commemorate this day, and snapped a photo of us. With the Insta post, the whole city's elite circle stirred. I in a certain entertainment club. A man sat on a sofa, his gaze icy. Someone asked him, what's wrong, Carl? Why are you speaking now? The person hurriedly said, haven't you seen the news today? Julie got married. Carl's face showed surprise. He had pursued Julie for years, and now she was marrying someone else. Hearing this, Carl clenched his fists. He hadn't even heard of Kevin, a nobody, daring to steal his woman. Julie, to Carl, had long been his woman. Meanwhile, in the newly bought villa, I watched Julie walk away after posting the Insta, and even just seeing her back radiated beauty. I reached out to hug Julie's waist, but she dodged playfully, then looked back at me with a smile. Caught off guard, I blushed. I just wanted to hug you. Julie teased. Just hug me? Then what do you want to do after? I shyly replied, nothing really. I don't want to do anything. Julie smirked. I'm this attractive, and you don't want to do anything? Do you think I'm not pretty enough, or not good enough for you? Listening to Julie's seemingly annoyed tone, I panicked. No, you're definitely good enough. I'm just nervous. Julie laughed and playfully pinched my cheek. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you, but as a punishment, you can't shower with me. Julie headed into the bathroom, and I could hear the water running. A surge of warmth rushed through me. If this keeps up for a few more days, I'll go crazy. Do married guys still have to resort to fantasizing? Nah, can't do that. Got a wife already. As I tried hard to keep myself in check, Julie finished her shower and stepped out. She was dressed in professional attire, with sleek black stockings hugging her long legs, sending shivers down my spine just with a glance. I felt a wave of suffocation, unable to even shift my gaze. Then, Julie picked up a long whip and came over, asking, Kevin, why are you blushing? I touched my burning face and stammered, I'm not. Julie lightly bit her lip, a flirtatious smile on her face. What's up, Kevin? Why aren't you coming to class? Before I could react, she grabbed me by the collar and led me into the room. After class, we lay on the bed, both drenched in sweat. What comforted me was that Julie turned out to be a virgin. There was a large blood stain on the sheets. Just as I was contemplating, Julie's voice broke the silence. I'll take care of you, kiddo. Then she pulled out a bank card. This is for you. I've prepared it a long time ago. Spend the money however you like. Just as I was about to head into the bathroom, I suddenly heard a voice. System activated successfully. Host successfully bound to the Live Off a Woman system. When the host accumulates a certain amount of assets by living off a woman, the system will trigger rewards. The system detected that my funds had surpassed $10 million, triggering a reward of fair skin, good looks, and a fit body. along with becoming a shareholder in Peach Group. Excitedly, I thought, but seriously, live off a woman's system? What kind of name is that? Then, I entered the bathroom and quickly grabbed the rewards the system had given me, downing both bottles of potion. In the next moment, I could feel my skin becoming smoother and more refined. My abdominal muscles went from a 4-pack to an 8-pack, and my weight increased to 140 pounds. I felt a surge of strength coursing through my body. From outside the bathroom, Julie called, "Honey, are you feeling better? It's okay. I won't make fun of you." Hearing her, I smiled inwardly, now ready to show her what a real tiger looks like. As I emerged from the bathroom, Julie seemed taken aback. For some reason, she felt like I was different from just a moment ago. I said to her, "Let me take care of you properly now, wife." After spending a long time in bed together, Julie buried her head in the covers, signaling her surrender. Just then, my phone rang, a video call. I froze. Julie turned to me, puzzled. "Why aren't you answering?" Feeling awkward, I eventually answered the call. A woman's voice came through. "Kevin, are you ignoring your sister's calls now?" Actually, my sister had been abroad with my parents since I was young. We only communicated through phone calls, but I've always been a bit afraid of her. I quickly explained, "No, I was just busy." Ross clearly didn't believe me. "This doesn't look right. You're not wearing clothes. The room's dimly lit. Were you up to something bad?" Hearing this, Julie, sitting beside me, looked curious, as if asking, "Is this your usual thing?" I shook my head frantically, signaling no. Ross continued, "Let me tell you, I'm the captain of the Criminal Investigation Unit at the police station now. Don't lie to me." At this point, Julie smiled and took the phone. "Hi, Ross. Don't scare my little guy." Seeing Julie, Ross's face lit up with surprise. "You've already got my little brother under your spell? Impressive, Julie. I've been wondering, this guy on your Insta, why does he look so much like my brother?" Ross said, observing. Seeing the two usually stern people chatting so happily, I couldn't help but feel puzzled. "When did you meet Julie, sis? Why don't I know anything about this?" I felt like I had fallen into a trap. "Do Mom and Dad know about this?" Ross asked, smiling. Julie shook her head. "I haven't told them yet." "Then I'll tell them for you. From today, Julie, you're officially my sister-in-law. Mom and Dad will be thrilled when they find out," Ross declared. "And if my brother dares to mistreat you, I won't let him off." Hearing Ross's words, Julie felt extremely happy inside. Ross smirked. "Did you two just do it?" Julie blushed, feeling a bit exposed, but she quickly regained her composure and teased, "Your brother is quite the bold one." After what seemed like forever, we finally ended the call. Julie turned to me, curious. "What's wrong, honey? You look upset." Then Julie came over, pushing me onto the bed, and the third round of enlightenment began. It continued into the evening, leaving me breathless in bed. Suddenly, the system's voice echoed in my mind again. "Host's family is very satisfied with your wife. To enhance intimacy between you two, we're issuing hidden rewards. Reward 1, masterful massage techniques. Reward 2, increased shares in Peach Group. Reward 3, $5 million fund." Seeing that the system had only given me $5 million, I was a bit disappointed. But what's this masterful massage technique? Closing my eyes, I instantly envisioned countless massage techniques. So, it was about becoming a massage master. Now, I could help my wife relax after work. I took out my phone and searched for Peach Group. It turned out to be an investment conglomerate with over 30 shareholders nationwide, each of them powerful individuals. Who would have thought I'd become the second largest shareholder of Peach Group? Just then, Julie's phone rang. Groggy, she answered the call and sighed, "Fine, send me the documents." With just a few words, she hung up. That was Julie's usual work attitude. Then she got up and went to work at her computer. Watching Julie, I realized that no one's success happens overnight, except maybe mine. While Julie worked, I headed to the kitchen. Growing up without parents around, I learned to cook at a young age. An hour later, I had prepared a meal. Julie, closing her laptop, looked tired and her neck was sore from working for so long. "Done with work, darling? Is your neck sore?" I walked into the room and said, "Listen to me, lie down. I'll give you a massage." Eventually, Julie lay down, and the fact that I had this thought already moved her deeply. Some people only want her body and money, some just want the power they can gain by being around her. But true love is being there to comfort and massage her when she's exhausted. I gently placed my hands on Julie's neck and started massaging. At first, she didn't feel much, but as I picked up the pace, a wave of relief washed over her body. She couldn't help but let out a moan of pleasure. Hearing that sound, I froze. It seemed I needed to work on my physique. But fortunately, Julie didn't notice anything amiss and simply closed her eyes, enjoying the massage. Unbeknownst to us, Julie fell asleep under my massage. As dusk fell, Julie woke up to the smell of food and stepped out of the room, surprised. "Did you make all of this?" I smiled, serving her a bowl of rice. "Of course, try it." For Julie, this simple meal was especially delicious, and it seemed like her husband knew exactly what she liked to eat. Seeing her curiosity, I laughed and said, "I just talked to my sister on the phone. Found out what you like." After dinner, Julie sat on the couch, watching the man busy in the kitchen, feeling incredibly happy. Maybe before, Julie and I were together because of initial attraction. But now, she realized she had found a treasure of a husband. Lost in her thoughts, I walked up to Julie, then knelt down on one knee. "Wife, I think I haven't confessed to you yet. Other girls have it, and you must have it too." I reached into my pocket and pulled out a ring, gazing deeply into Julie's eyes. Julie was stunned, her eyes glistening with tears. She had never imagined that one day she would be treated with such tenderness. She had thought I was a good person, but she didn't expect me to be this good. It turned out that in my heart, she was still a girl. "I love you, dear," I continued, "and I'm grateful for your presence, which has brought so much excitement into my ordinary life. I believe our future will only get better." At that moment, Julie couldn't hold back her tears any longer and threw herself into my arms. Two people deeply in love, embracing tightly, their hearts connected. The next morning, I woke up to see Julie beside me, her face adorned with a happy smile. I didn't know what had happened last night, but I knew we had both fallen asleep exhausted. I walked into the bathroom, looking at myself in the mirror. I couldn't believe how effective the system's gift of strength and fitness had been. My body had improved so much. It seemed that the potion had stimulated cell turnover and metabolism. I could feel that I could hold my liquor 1,000 times better now. As I came out of the bathroom, Julie also woke up. She glanced at her phone, then dialed a number. Soon, a girl's voice came through the phone. "Mom, why do you have time to call me today?" Hearing the voice, I recognized it. Wasn't this my ex-girlfriend and campus beauty, Lily? It was just unexpected that the aloof campus beauty was like a little kitten in front of her mother. Julie smiled and said, "Mom misses you. Just wanted to hear your voice." Lily said, "Mom, I'll be interning next semester. Can I work at your company?" "Of course you can. You can even bring some classmates along," Julie replied. "Great, thanks, Mom. By the way, why did you call me?" Lily asked. After a moment of silence, Julie solemnly said, "Mom got married, found someone reliable." Then, there was a burst of surprise from the phone. "That's great. You've finally met someone you can entrust your life to." Lily continued, "Mom, how did you two meet? How long have you been together? Did I meet him before?" Julie looked helpless and replied, "Our first meeting dates back 10 years ago, but we've been apart for a long time. We just met again yesterday and got married right away." Hearing this, Lily was astonished. "What, a flash marriage? Mom, are you playing the young people's game? Is he your classmate?" "My husband is 12 years younger than me," Julie said. Instantly, there was silence from Lily's end. After a long time, Lily let out a scream. "Mom, your husband is only 2 years older than me. Are you kidding me?" "Of course not. That's why Mom wants to tell you," Julie said. Sitting on her dorm bed, Lily looked conflicted. "Mom, are you sure you're not being fooled? There are a lot of young people out there who just want money." Julie smiled reassuringly. "Don't worry, Mom won't be fooled." But Lily was still worried. Her stepfather was only 2 years older than her, and she couldn't leave her mom alone. Then Lily said, "Mom, when I finish my internship, I'll come back to see you and check out my stepfather. I need to make sure he's not a scammer." Hearing Lily's words, Julie smiled with relief. "Okay, hurry back. Mom misses you too." After hanging up the phone, Lily sat on her bed for a long time, unable to calm down. Her classmates asked, "Lily, what's wrong? Did you talk to your aunt?" Lily said quietly, "My mom got married, found a husband." The girl's face lit up with surprise. "Isn't that a good thing?" Lily whispered, "But the guy is only 2 years older than me." Before the girl could finish her sentence, Lily interrupted, "He's 2 years older than me." The whole dorm fell silent for a moment. After a long time, one of the girls awkwardly laughed. "Well, it's not that hard to understand. Auntie looks so young, and she doesn't seem old." Julie's face was bitter, but when she thought of me, her husband who was 2 years younger than her daughter, she couldn't say anything. The classmate comforted her, "You two are close in age, so you'll have common topics. It won't be too awkward." After hearing this, Lily felt more acceptable. When she finished her internship, she would go home and see what kind of man he was. Inside the villa, Julie hung up the phone with a slight smile on her face. Just then, I walked in from outside. "Hey, honey, ready for some breakfast?" Julie got up and walked to the dining room, surprised to see the table filled with a delicious spread. "Wow, did you make all of this?" she exclaimed. "Yeah, all for you, my dear," I replied with a grin. "Come on, try it. If you like it, I'll cook for you every day." As Julie enjoyed the meal I made for her, happiness radiated from her face. Sensing the sweet moment between Julie and me, a hidden reward activated, boosting my combat skills to superhuman levels and pushing my body to its human limits. A new day began, and suddenly, $3.5 million appeared in my bank account. Feeling the changes in my body, I was amazed. Not only did I feel stronger, but even my senses of taste and smell seemed enhanced. And the unexpected $3.5 million reward made me realize that the money kept accumulating. The future looked promising. Then Julie said, "How about I give you a gift, huh?" "What gift?" I asked, curious. "Remember what I said before? What I'd give you after we got married?" I thought for a moment. $500,000 monthly allowance, a mansion, and a car?" "Exactly." Julie grinned. "So, let's go buy you a car." A car is something every man can't resist. As the engine roared to life, I couldn't help but feel excited at the thought of Julie gifting me a car. Soon, we arrived at a car dealership where every car cost at least $1 million. Inside, a woman in a cream suit greeted us. "Julie, what brings you here today?" Julie smiled. "Just bringing my husband to pick out a gift. It's his wedding present from me." Julie then introduced me to Gloria, the owner of the dealership, showing off our marriage certificate. Gloria's surprise was evident as she admitted she didn't believe Julie got married until she saw the proof. Gloria greeted me with a smile, noticing how Julie held my hand possessively. Despite numerous suitors, Gloria found me the most charming and stylish man she had ever seen, especially at just over 20 years old. Julie noticed Gloria's lingering gaze on me and remarked, "Isn't that a bit impolite?" Gloria shrugged. "Just looking won't hurt, right? You're too stingy." Julie held onto my hand firmly, asserting, "He's mine. No one can take him away." Gloria couldn't stand it and asked, "So, what brings you here today? Not just to flaunt, I hope?" Julie replied, "Buying a car for my husband. Let's see which one he likes." She turned to me, and I was already captivated by the array of luxurious cars. After looking around, I was genuinely overwhelmed by the sight of these luxury cars. Gloria boasted about her collection, but I nodded politely, knowing there was something even better. "Yeah, they're all amazing," I acknowledged, "but none of them are the best." Gloria's face showed confusion as she looked at me, curious. "Wait, so you've seen something even better? What's better than all these?" In the next moment, I grabbed Julie's hand, gazing at her affectionately. "The best thing, of course, is my wife." Gloria interrupted us, then asked, "So, among all these cars here, you don't like any?" I scratched my head awkwardly. "They're all great cars, but I can't decide which one is the best." Hearing this, they both laughed. Julie turned to Gloria, saying, "I'll take one of the best cars you have here." Gloria was surprised. The highest grade sports cars here altogether would cost around $300 million. Julie nodded, "Yes, as long as my husband likes it." Julie's words touched me deeply. I almost teared up. If only I could spend my life with Julie. However, facing Julie's request, Gloria asked with confusion, "Julie, you're not impulsive, nor are you easily swayed. What's going on?" Julie waved it off, then grabbed my hand. "You think I'm being swayed, but everything I do is voluntary." Gloria asked, "Then tell me, how long have you two known each other? Why haven't you mentioned him before?" Julie answered, "We met 10 years ago, but we only truly got to know each other yesterday." Gloria's face showed shock. "Are you kidding me, Julie?" Julie said firmly, "I don't need your approval for my decisions." Gloria glared at Julie. Julie met her gaze without backing down. I intervened, "Gloria, I know you're just looking out for Julie, and I understand you don't trust me, but I want to ask you, how do you view relationships? Some people fall in love instantly and stay happily married, while others break up shortly after being together for years. Time doesn't prove love. It's normal for you not to trust me, but I don't need your trust. I only need Julie's trust." Gloria sneered, "Sounds good, but it's just talk." Suddenly, Gloria's phone rang. "Hello, Dad. What's up?" After listening to the voice on the other end, Gloria turned to me, surprised. "Dad, are you sure?" After confirming multiple times, Gloria hung up without saying a word. Seeing Gloria's unusual behavior, Julie asked, "What's wrong?" Gloria didn't answer but held out her hand. Confused, Julie asked, "What's this for?" Gloria replied, "To pay. You wanted to buy a car, right?" After taking the credit card from Julie, Gloria left. Julie watched Gloria leave with confusion. She just took a call, and her attitude softened. Standing beside her, I didn't know what was happening. Suddenly, the system's notification sound chimed. "Congratulations, through your partner's support, you've obtained 13 luxury cars, Rolls-Royce Phantom, Hongqi S9, and gained special skills in driving and basic medicine." The consecutive notifications filled me with joy. How simple could basic medicine be? Julie, seeing my smile, thought it was because of the car purchase, making her happy too. "Do you like it, honey?" she asked. I quickly replied, "I love it, wife. You're too good to me." Julie smiled gently. "How could I not be good to you? If I'm not good to you, who else will be?" I hugged Julie tightly. "Thank you, wife." Back in her office, Gloria quickly made a call. "Dad, you just said Kevin is the largest shareholder of Peach Corporation? How is that possible?" Her father replied, "The latest news confirms it. Kevin is indeed the largest shareholder." Confirming the news again, Gloria's face showed surprise. "But he's so young." Gloria continued, "Dad, does this mean Kevin comes from a prestigious family?" There was a pause on the phone before Gloria's father said, "I don't know the specifics, but I want to remind you to maintain a good relationship with this person." After hanging up, Gloria pondered. She thought Julie had found a little fresh meat, but little did she know, behind this little fresh meat was a stallion.